we take you down memory lane, looking at the journey of the Massey Street Children's Hospital till date and the current status of the ongoing construction of the new Massey Children's Hospital, a giant project embarked upon by the Lagos State government.
The foremost Massey Street Children's Hospital, Lagos Island, rings a bell, especially with those who have lived their entire life on the island. This hospital, established on this narrow street since 1914 as the first general outpatient clinic in Lagos, has saved so many babies from different health challenges. The medical director of the state-owned hospital, Dr. Folakemi Irewole-Ojo, explains how the historic facility started operation and has kept afloat till date.
Massey Street Children's Hospital is a legendary hospital. It was established in 1914 by a family that decided to give back to the society out of what they had been blessed with. So this was just a building, and then the family decided to turn it into a dispensary, and they gave it to the state to manage it. So it was a dispensary from 1914 to 1926. In the year 1926, it was converted to a maternity center. And a lot of important, we are all important, but a lot of eminent people were delivered in this hospital. From 1926 to 1961, it remained as a maternity center. A lot of people still believe that babies are born in Massey. Because of that age-long adage that says, Omo Ndapo in Massey, which means as they deliver the babies, you don't mix the mothers with the babies. So the mother A and baby A are always put together. You don't give baby B to mother A. However, in 1961, the Lagos Island maternity was established, and Massey ceased to become a maternity center. It remained as a child care center, otherwise known as a pediatric hospital. This building is a 92-bedded hospital. We care for babies from birth to age 18. In the outpatient department, we care for babies from birth to even beyond age 18, because some of the children that have been coming to Massey Street, when they turn 18 and we say it's time to go over to General Hospital Lagos, they refuse to go. Medical students from all over the world also come from time to time for their clinical exposure in this center. We see about 4,000 patients every month. And like I said, it's a 92-bedded hospital, but the turnover rate of the patients that come on admission ranges between 200 to 300. Sometimes when we ask, where are you coming from? They tell us they are coming from Ogun State, they are coming from Mowe, they are coming from Songo. Some they come from Ekpe, some come from Badagry, some come from beyond Badagry, from Republic of Benin, to seek care here. It's our good works that advertises us.
Preterm babies receive all necessary intensive care with specialized equipment to help them remain alive and return home to their parents. Despite the narrow space, the medical doctors, nurses are not deterred in carrying out their duties. Even a 5-day-old baby with a fracture also receives care.
Can you mute that? The baby was delivered at a private facility, and in the bid to resuscitate, they treat the heart vigorously, and the number one child had a mild fracture on the radius of the proximal head, and then that's allowed some nerve injury too. So we got to fix the fracture and then treat the process. I'm just running up on the POP, so I'm just right now to fix the fracture side and just not to allow movement so that healing can occur on the fracture. While we now be stimulating from the nerve roots, take from here the antenna. And we have asked that this cannula can be put on the other leg so we can stimulate on the wrist extensors. So that's what we're doing for now. It's a long journey because when it comes to nerves, it takes, because it can be injured in one event, and it takes like what we do. They usually get to like 1 year before we discharge them. When they are doing all the full function, their hand should have. That's when we are usually comfortable to discharge them.
The outpatient section is also busy. Working parents and nursing mothers ensure they get the needed drug prescription for their babies, some of which is given at no cost by the state government.
Massey Children's Hospital Pharmacy Department. Here we have different sections. We have the free health section, we have our compounding section, we have our store, and we have the SS clinic. In the free health section, government always give up. Most times they give us a free allocation so that we can get free drugs for our patients. But we also get sponsorship or support from other donors. As we speak, majority of our patients pass through this free health section before going to the other section in case we don't have it all. But for the compounding, we do our compounding free of charge for them because quite a number of drugs are not commercially available. So we compound the drugs for them. There are drugs that can for congestive heart failure. They are not available commercially, so we do that for them freely here without collecting any dime from them.
Obviously, the hospital is overstretched and needs a bigger space. The Lagos State Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu took the bold step in April 2021 and flagged off the construction of the new Massey Children's Hospital in Adeniji-Adele, Lagos Island. This is the ongoing construction of the new Massey Children's Hospital located in the heart of Adeniji-Adele, Lagos Island. The Lagos State government deemed it fit to construct a bigger health facility that would accommodate more nursing mothers who need healthcare services for their children. And this is because the well-known Massey Street Children's Hospital has been overstretched, attending to patients for over 100 years and still running. 3 years down the line, the ongoing construction of the 7th-floor new Massey Children's Hospital, sitting on 4,228 square meters, is gradually taking shape, with a dedicated 8-story building car park almost completed. The State Commissioner for Health, Professor Aki Abayomi, who oversees all health projects, is on site to see the level of work achieved. According to him, the 130-bedded pediatric hospital will be the largest children's healthcare facility in Nigeria that will address all health crises relating to children and will be completed next year.
We decided to look for land very close to Massey Street so that it can retain its historical designation. And when Mr. Governor was gracious enough to find this very large piece of land that we started working on, and what we're doing here is building the new Massey Children's Hospital. It's a 130-bed capacity. And what you can see in the background, we're actually standing on the hospital. We're on the 3rd floor now. What you're looking at behind me is a multi-level car park, which will park up to 310 vehicles. As you know, we're in the center of Lagos. Car park is a premium. So part of the design of this hospital was make sure that we had adequate car parking. And so you can see the sequence of events from our primary healthcare structure to our maternal child care centers, to our Lagos Island Maternity Hospital, to a hospital absolutely dedicated to the health and well-being of our children. And that's what Massey is famous for, and that's what Massey is going to continue to be famous for, to play. When we got here, we got into a series of issues. First of all, this land has been unused for decades, and what we found in the ground were very deep levels of waste that had been accumulating for decades. So the first thing we had to do was excavate all that waste. The second thing we had to do was gain access to water on site. And it was difficult to get water here because of its location. We're a sand-filled area. So access to water that can be used for construction. Water is very critical. It has elements in it that can interfere with the integrity of your concrete or your cement. Bearing in mind also that this is a green building. A green building means that it is low carbon footprint, and it's going to be a low carbon footprint operationally. In other words, moving forward, when we do complete this building and we occupy it and operations start, it has a lower carbon footprint than the average hospital. And that is the ethos of Mr. Governor's blueprint for medical infrastructure transformation. So the car park, as you can see, is already at its height. That's 9 floors. The contractors tell us that within the next 3 to 6 months, the car park will be complete. The main hospital is, obviously we wanted to do this first. This is a much more complex structure. This is a hospital with multiple compartments. This is likely to be completed. We are at about 25 to 30% now. So, and you can see the speed at which they're going. Mr. Governor is very anxious that we move this project as fast as possible, and we're hoping that towards the end of 2025, this hospital will be completed. Massey is famous all over the world. Everyone knows most Lagosians were born either in Massey Street Hospital or in Lagos Island Maternity or Creek Hospital on Awolowo. But for us to be building a massive hospital of this size, just dedicated to the specialty of keeping our children healthy, every discipline in pediatrics will be offered here. So whether we're looking at pediatric heart disease, we're looking at pediatric kidney disease, we're looking at pediatric brain disease, every discipline that we look at in adults, children are just little adults, so that we have to replicate those disciplines. It's going to have very sophisticated X-ray diagnostics, a full complex of laboratories. And what is in the future for this area is this Massey Street is also going to be surrounded by some very sophisticated biotech facilities that are going to support Massey Street in developing an innovative approach to managing children. So the spaces are located around here, which Mr. Governor has dedicated to ancillary medical research and medical support structures that are going to be very useful to Massey Street in its quest to become the center of pediatric excellence in Nigeria, in West Africa, and in sub-Saharan Africa.
In the nearest future, this is what the new Massey Children's Hospital will look like, and the Lagos State government hopes that such infrastructure and other health facilities being modernized will spur medical practitioners who are relocated to return home and drive the workforce of the health sector.